Hi, Capricorn. What is up with you guys? Guess what time it is, man? Time for your November 2024 main monthly reading. Now, for those of you who would like a personal reading, if you just check the description of this video, that's where you'll find all the information you need to know as far as how to go about doing that. I don't have any other announcements to make, so let's just go ahead and jump into this. As soon as I find a deck that'll talk to me. I'm starting this off with your love interest. Single Capricorns and the person that you're interested in. What is happening in November between Capricorn and the person they're interested in? There's a love offer being made. What's happening? Let's see. Moon card reversed. Hang on. What is that all about? That's weird. Okay. Okay, Justice. Some of you interested in a Libra. Okay. All right. Okay, so yes, I am feeling like a new start in love is happening. I'm feeling like the two of you are attempting a relationship. However, this is coming with a lot of anxiety and nervousness. I think this person is rubbing you the wrong way. There's something that you're not liking about their energy. With the King of Wands in the reverse and the Knight of Wands in the upright, they could be like really inconsistent, maybe hot and cold or on and off. For some reason, now, remember, the first spread isn't the end-all be-all gospel of truth. It's a general energetic overview from your perspective. So we'll look at their intentions here in a minute. So I'm not saying any claims. I'm mainly saying from your perspective. You're wondering whether or not this person is playing games with you. It doesn't really look like they're showing very much emotion. Matter of fact, I don't have one cup on the table here. Oh, no, never mind. 7 of Cups reversed. Other than that, I don't have any cups. This is the only cup card that I have. It's the only cup card that I have. So it's kind of a slow new start. Like I said, could be mixed signals, on and off, hot and cold, you know, in and out, acting one way one day, another way another day, and it's just really making you nervous and starting to piss you off, and tension is building here. Could be a Leo for some of you. Also have Aries, Pisces, and Taurus here. Okay, well, let's see this person's true motives, their true feelings, and their true intentions. Person Capricorn's interested in. What do they really want with you? How do they really feel about you? More importantly, what's their energy look like? What kind of person are they? Boo boop be doo. Boom. 7 of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. Lover's card reversed. Okay. All right. Okay, so it may not be quite as bad as you think. I don't think it's quite as bad as you think. So first of all, this person wants to make 100% sure that they are not wasting their time before they dump all of their emotional energy into a connection. They really, really, really want to connect with you on a psychological level. This person has been cheated on in the past. So they're keeping you at an arm's distance, keeping you at an emotional distance until they've checked off all the boxes and they're 100% sure that you're the real deal. And assuming that you check off all the boxes, then yes, they absolutely plan to open up and be more emotionally vulnerable with you. Now, what are their boxes in their mind? I don't know. But I think this approach that they're taking, it is putting a wall up between the two of you and making it difficult for both of you to really feel the connection. So, tension's building. All right, well, let's see the outcome for the remainder of 2024. What is the outcome? What's the outcome for the remainder of 2024? What's the outcome? Eight of Pentacles reversed. Ooh, the drama card. So the nervousness and the tension is probably going to continue to build and build and build and build until it pops off into some drama between the two of you. I mean, it happens, you know. It happens. It's not a guaranteed deal breaker. The question is, will the two of you work through that shit? That's the question. That's the question. Because I'm not seeing you walk away from this. I don't know, but the Two of Cups is reversed too. So something could happen that puts like a really big dent in the connection. And if the two of you aren't able to straighten this energy out, it could just spiral out of control until it falls apart. Possible. I don't see that happening, but it's getting really close. Yeah, communication is horrible between the two of you. I feel like the two of you speak two very different languages, honestly. Let's get the advice. What's the advice for this? What's the advice? King of Wands. Okay, well, communication is going to be very important between the two of you. Very important. And try not to let it turn into a sex-based connection. Try not to do that. Now, the question is, how patient are you? That's the question. Now, here's the thing that I don't know how to tell you how to do. I can't tell you how to relax and be patient. I can't tell you how to do that. Because I get it. I'm not saying that you're wrong for feeling that way. That's not what I'm saying. I get it. When somebody's acting funny and they're acting funky, you fucking get nervous, right? There's no words to really describe how you can flip that switch and just say, okay, whatever, fuck it. You do what you do, boo-boo. You know, whatever happens, happens. You're going to do what you're going to do and just remain patient and balanced. Can't tell you how to do that. So that's probably what it's going to take for the two of you to get this on a positive path. Because this person's moving slow as hell. Moving slow as shit. Opening up and, hey, if you don't want to deal with that, I don't know what to tell you. That's what happens when you get into relationships all guarded, unhealed from the past and shit, you know. All right, moving on. Now we gonna see what's happening between Capricorn and the person from the past. Person you have a past history with. If you're not inquiring about somebody you have some kind of past history with, this is not for you. Anything happening in November between Capricorn and the person from the past? Eight of Swords. Hang on. That could go in two different directions. let me see what the rest of the spread says. Ace of Wands reversed. Queen of Wands. Well, Lover's card reversed. Okay. Well, I tell you what. Okay, so there's a couple of miscellaneous mixed messages in here, and I'm just going to throw them out to whoever needs to hear it. For those of you wondering whether or not this person regrets what they did, they don't believe they did anything wrong. They don't believe they're in the wrong. Okay? So if you're wondering whether or not they're going to apologize for something, they don't believe they're in the wrong. But for those of you wondering whether or not this person has moved on, no. There's still a karmic tie here. And they still feel a karmic tie with you. For those of you wondering whether or not this person is going to reach out. And the death reversed. Karmic wheel and the death reversed. They don't know how to approach you. They don't know what to say to you. So they're still kind of hanging back, contemplating whether or not, they should ever reach out to you, but they wouldn't even know how to approach you or what to say to you. But yeah, I don't think they want you to know how they feel about anything. I don't think so. They're playing it off. They're pretending that they've moved on, but they haven't. But they still don't even believe that they're the ones in the wrong. Even if they did you dirty. I know that sounds crazy. But believe it or not, there are lots of people out there who will straight up fuck you over and play the victim. Oh, yes, they will. Well, let's see what their deepest feelings are for you. Do they miss you? Do they love you? Do they want to be with you? What's their deepest feelings? What's their motives and intentions? What's their energy look like? Okay, so they are kind of starting to get over this. They're working on getting over this. They're working on healing from this. They are putting on a show for you. So they're hoping, yeah, see, look, they still got feelings for you. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. And they feel unfinished business with you. But right now they're putting on a show for you, hoping that you're watching. They hope you're watching them. They still feel a real strong connection with you. Yeah, they do. They're playing it off and pretending they don't, but yeah, they do. So, like I said, they're putting on a show, hoping that you're watching. If you're checking this person's social media and it looks like they're having the time of their life, nah, they ain't. Nah, for real, for real. And like I said, they are still playing the victim. But they still feel unfinished business. But like most of the time when you feel unfinished business, what do you do? Most people just don't do anything. They just let it linger until the feeling goes away. And I think that's what they're trying to do. So, okay, let's get the advice on this then. What's the best advice for Capricorn? Should Capricorn reach out? Should Capricorn wait to reach out? Or should Capricorn fucking run? What's the advice? Focus on your work and finance, boo-boo. You already doing that, though. I already know. You're already doing that. All right. Boop, boop, be-doo. Okay. So if you want communication, it's more than likely going to have to be you that initiates it. But... and every time this comes through, I have to word this very carefully. First, before anything else, start by getting closure. Write them a closure message first. First. It don't matter what you want to do. I don't care if you're trying to reconcile with a past person or attract a new person and get into a new relationship, you still gonna have to close that old cycle out and release and clear that energy first, no matter what you want to do. So I would shoot them a closure message first. Now, the likelihood that they're probably going to try to poke at you and play with you is very high. If this person starts like saying confusing things, saying triggering things, saying things that are very obviously designed to get some sort of emotional reaction out of you, just be quiet and don't respond, because it'll turn into drama and just add even more karma to the mix. See, this is one thing I see come through a lot in past person readings. They want to know how you feel. So not only do they want to know how you feel, but they hope you still have feelings for them. So when somebody wants to know how you feel, what are they going to do? They're going to play with your emotions to see how you feel. They're going to push your emotional buttons. And they're going to keep pushing and poking and doing everything they can to gain emotional power over you. The quickest, easiest way to find out if you have emotional power over somebody is to test to see if you can trigger them. That's the most fucking simple, caveman, primitive, brainless trick in the book. Toddlers know how to do that. A toddler can do that. A toddler learns how to emotionally manipulate mommy and daddy, or at least tries, you know, when a toddler's 2-3 years old. See what I'm saying? So get closure first. First. And let that sink in for a little bit. And then once you feel like that's sunk in and that's been accepted, then cross that bridge when you get to it. Ask yourself if you even want to reconnect with this person. Most of the time, 50-60% of the time, once you get that closure, you start releasing that energy and your desire to reconnect with a past person starts to drop. But it may not. Like I said, cross that bridge when you get to it. All right? Okie dokie, now we're just going to see what's generally happening with the singles. Single Capricorns. Anything new coming in? Anything old coming back? Or are you just going to linger in limbo land throughout November? What's happening for the singles? Ooh, the Eight of Swords. Uh-oh, hang on, what's that? Wow, there's a lot of energy going on here. Wow. So, first of all, I think there's somebody that wants to be with you that you're not even aware of. I don't know, I can't tell if you're not aware of it or if you're ignoring this person on purpose. Some of you may know who I'm talking about. You know, like maybe somebody at the workplace or somebody in your circle of friends or something like that. There's somebody into you that honestly, it looks like they might try to sabotage your love life if you don't get with them. This kind of feels like that type of energy where, you know, I got a secret crush on you and I'm too afraid to say anything because I have no self-confidence. And if you don't want to be with me, I don't want anybody to be with you. So I'm going to try to sabotage anybody that wants to get with you because I can't have you. That's what this energy feels like. I'm thinking it's somebody you're probably ain't even into. You ain't even interested in them. I don't know, the more I dig into this here, it kind of feels like most of you know who this is. I'd give it about 60-70% of you know who I'm talking about. There could be quite a few of you that don't, but there is somebody that wants to be with you for whatever reason. They feel like they can't have you. and they would love to sabotage any potential relationship that you end up getting into. Wow. How the fuck do we move on from that? Okay, let's see the advice. Let's see what general advice we have for the singles. That's a weird message, man. I like them weird messages, though. It keeps me on my toes. All right, what general advice do we have for single cappies? General advice. Moon card reversed. Okay, well, okay. So, okay, this is tricky. How am I going to say this? Because this could be so many different types of situations. And I think this is mainly geared more towards those of you who know who I'm talking about. So let me just try to make it as general as possible. If there's somebody around you that you're not interested in, who wants to be with you, it would be in your best interest to completely cut this person out of your life altogether. There is no genuine benefit in the long run of keeping somebody in your life that wants to be with you that you don't want to be with. Not in the long run, there's not. That is drama waiting to happen. Yeah, some people like to do that. Some manipulative, shitty, fucked up people like to do that, because, that it's easy to control and manipulate that person and get certain shit out of that person. I'm not saying that I think you all are doing that, but there's no benefit in the long run. You might be able to play around with it a little bit, but that's drama waiting to happen. Waiting to happen. I've seen it happen so many times. So if there's somebody that wants to be with you that you clearly are not interested in, it would be in your best interest to if you can. Now, like, let's say you're dealing with somebody at the workplace, for example, and you have to be around them. Well, in that case, I would maybe say something to management. Just try to steer clear of people like this, because, make sure you set boundaries. Make sure your boundaries are set. Even if you can't completely cut the person out of your life, make sure boundaries are set. But it's best if you have control of it to not even have that person in your life at all. At all. So, is there anything else? I want to pull a clarification spread. Is there anything else other than that? I don't know. It's a fucking weird message. I don't really like it, though. It sounds weird. Let me just see if anything else wants to come out. Hopefully, there's some of you out there that needed to hear that. That's one thing I've noticed, that you would think after being a career tarot reader for 6 years, I'd be used to this, but I'm not. The messages that I question the most are always the ones that seem to resonate the heaviest. Like, makes no sense to me, and they're always the one that seems to fucking hit the nail on the head for some reason. I'm not used to that. I don't know if I'll ever get used to that. Any other advice? Boom, 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 boom. Do not, okay. So for the singles, first of all, do not allow a new relationship with a new person to distract you from healing that needs to be done from a relationship that you had with a past person. And also, do not jump into a relationship with the sole intention of distracting yourself from past heartbreak. Don't do that. That is no different than running to the bar and getting drunk. Now, most of us have done that. If I say I've never done either of those things, I'd be lying to you. You bet your damn skippy ass I've jumped in relationships to distract myself from past heartbreak. You bet your damn skippy ass I have gotten pissy, shit-faced, wasted to distract myself from my heartbreak. Does it work? No. Well, for all intents and purposes, yes, it distracts you from it temporarily, right? But just like if you become dependent on that bottle of alcohol to keep you distracted from all your problems are going to end up catching up to you and biting you in the ass, aren't they? No different than a relationship. If you become dependent on a person to distract you from your heartbreak, and it's going to be the same thing. Eventually it's going to catch up and it's going to bite you in the ass eventually. So all that, man, I'm not saying don't get in a relationship. It's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is, if you do get into a relationship while you have healing you need to do, that's cool. Just make sure you do your healing. And that's tricky. Healing is trickier when you're in a new relationship. It's trickier. It requires more focus and more concentration. Because it's just so easy to just give in and say, oh, you make me forget about all my problems. And it's just so easy to just push it away and ignore it when you have somebody in your life distracting you from it. It's easy. I get it, dude. I know. I've done it. It don't work, though. That energy, it ain't going nowhere. You ain't going to shit that energy out. It don't work that way. It don't go nowhere. And it will. Not it might, not it could. I promise you it will bubble up to the surface and manifest between you and anybody you connect with. I don't care if you get on a plane, fly 2,000 miles away, get a new house, start a new job, reinvent yourself as a totally different person with nobody that knows your name. You never speak your ex's name. Nobody in your life has a clue this person even exists. I don't care. If that energy is unprocessed, it will manifest between you and anybody you connect with. You can't hide shit from the universe. All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Capricorn family needed to hear. So I am going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget to check the description of this video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. And I'm out of here now, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.